in central Pennsylvania on a Wednesday night, at a time I'm not normally broadcasting, but news broke out of South Africa earlier today, which I didn't have an opportunity to cover, and it's just bat crap crazy. What am I talking about? Jeez. Not even the William Webb Ellis Trophy is safe in South Africa. This is insane. Absolutely insane. Where are security systems? Where are cameras? Where are alarms? How are the offices of the South African Rugby Union burgled and the William Webb Ellis Trophy put in jeopardy? Now, before we really believe it's in jeopardy, is that in fact the case? Because I'm confused. Is it a replica of the Webb Ellis Trophy that sits at SARU offices in Platikov in the Cape Town area? Is that what it is? I mean, honestly, what's the deal here? Platikov in the Cape Town area, not too far from Century City. Is that where the William Webb Ellis Trophy is actually hosted, or is it a replica? Because I'm reading conflicting reports that they actually have a replica there, that the one in the case is not the William Webb Ellis Trophy. So which is it? Is South Africa even unsafe for the Webb Ellis Trophy? This is insane, folks. This is all over global news now. The South Africans reporting that the Springboks were robbed. South African rugby offices reportedly burgled. Where is Webb Ellis? The South African offices were reported to have been broken into on Monday, the 13th of November, 2 nights ago, but the story began to emerge on Tuesday and now is broken out all over the place on Thursday or Wednesday. South African offices, rugby offices were reportedly broken into on Monday the 13th, reported via an Instagram post shared on Tuesday. This comes after the Springboks became the 2023 Rugby World Cup champions once again in France. Wow, so they've been robbed. What is going on here? Fortunately, the replica of the Webb Ellis Trophy the Springboks won in Paris after beating the All Blacks was safely kept away in an office that was not broken into, according to the Depend Online. So it is, in fact, a replica, not the Webb Ellis Trophy that the South Africans actually have. I guess World Rugby can't trust South Africa's crime rate to give them the actual trophy. To be fair, no team ever gets to keep the original. Wow. After touring the country as the World Cup champions 2 weeks ago, Springbok captain Siya Kolisi said he carefully placed the trophy in a cabinet at SARU House. After the brazen break-in took place, the next day, South African rugby office staff was reportedly told to work remotely. Rugby 365 reported that story. According to the publication, several unconfirmed social media reports alleged about a handful of signed jerseys. Now I'm reading that 5 signed jerseys. Brett, they didn't get the trophy. It's a replica and it was locked away elsewhere. But there is security footage of these people brazenly walking around for some period of time here at the SARU House in IJskrieger Road in Platikov, which is located just east of Century City in the Western Cape. Wow. Yusuf Abramji shared the video footage of it. I can't do that on my mobile phone, and we tend to get more views by broadcasting here for something like this, so I thought I'd do this here, but I will cover this again tomorrow. Wow. It's crazy. Here's some of the reactions coming from South African social media. As a South African, don't be surprised the rest of the world. That's an average Tuesday over here, says one South African. Don't leave with it. Don't leave us. It's not safe, said another South African with emojis laughing. All Blacks fans are the ones that broke into it. Yeah. No, and if you saw the banner for this, I said, hey, do you think we can sell it to New Zealand? And then it says, hopefully the next World Cup actually unites them as a country. Is a ticking time bomb, unfortunately, said someone else. Yeah, the social media responses are coming out now, and they're going to be epic, no doubt about it. You can clearly see the faces of these 2 jackasses who broke into SARU House. Now, this reminds me very much of what happened to Werner Kok. Werner Kok's collection of his jerseys from his Blitzbach days, his successes, his bronze medal from the 2016 Rio Olympics. Didn't he get a bronze medal there? All of that was stolen from a storage facility in Cape Town several months ago. A reward was put out, and what do these people expect new? Somebody's got one hell of a Springbok collection going on. They have Blitzbach jerseys. Now they have 5 signed Springbok jerseys that were stolen from this place. Plus they got 6 laptops, and in the office adjacent, they got 60 more laptops. This is crazy. Wow. Western Cape Police moved to allay concerns that the coveted trophy had been stolen. Of course, it's not the actual trophy. It's a replica. Police said 2 well-dressed men entered the business park in a white Toyota Corolla and forced open a window on the ground floor to gain entry to the building. In footage which is circulating social media, courtesy of Yusuf Aberji, the replica trophy can be seen on one desk. After searching through one room, the burglars spot the replica. Seemingly amazed, one of the burglars puts his gloved hand about the trophy, lifting it slightly before moving it to the cabinets beneath it. They leave the trophy behind as they continue their search on foot. 5 signed Springbok jerseys from other company, and we're taking along with whiskey and 8 laptops, not 5 laptops. 60 laptops were taken from the other company. It was in the same office park. Brett's just given a $5 super chat and said one of my step family members said, why not delay the stand-up with all the murder problems? Deploy. No, the stand-up is not the appropriate force. The military. The police are the ones responsible. But this is crazy. The Guardian reports the same story, giving a link to the video footage for Youssef Aberji, and I encourage you to go look it up. I'm not going to put it on here. Thank you for the $5 super chat there, Brett. Appreciate it. Bungling burglars who broke into South African rugby union's offices walked out with 5 signed Springbok jerseys and a haul of laptops, but left behind the World Cup the country's players won last month. In video footage, which has been shown on X by South African journalist Youssef Aberji of the break-in, one of the thieves puts his gloved hand on the trophy, lifting it slightly before moving on to the cupboards beneath it. The burglary took place at the Hilltop office complex in Cape Town's northern suburbs, where the union is among the tenants. But while police were initially concerned that the Webb Ellis Cup could have been stolen, the South African rugby union spokesperson has reported to the media all the trophies are safe. Wow. This is reported in The Guardian, and we go beyond that. The Independent Online says SARU house robbery caught on video, Rugby World Cup trophy safe. CCTV footage has emerged of 2 men who broke into South African Rugby's headquarters in Plattekloof, making their way through the office. 2 men broke into the house and stole a number of items. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. According to police, the 2 men made off with 5 signed Springbok jerseys. We just read 8 laptops, whiskey from South African Rugby Union's office, and 60 laptops taken from another company in the building. 2 cases of business burglary have been registered after the incident. The police are appealing to anyone who had information on the robbery to contact the investigating officer at 082-777-8499 or call Crime Stop at 086-00-10111. Crime Stop 086-00-10111. Folks, this is insane. Not even the William Webb Ellis Trophy is safe in crime-ridden South Africa. And this is going to make South Africa the butt of a lot of jokes. Where were the alarms? Where is the security company? Where are the security guards? How do people get into the compound? And how is this even possible? And how can they walk around undetected, on camera, for such a long period of time with the guards asleep? This is ridiculous. In a country with over 600,000 security guards, this should not be happening. But we all know the quality of security guards in South Africa. This is what most security guards are doing in South Africa after dark. Yep, if they're not drinking Chibuku or something like that. Well, the West Australian reports that South African rugby headquarters is burgled, but the World Cup trophy is safe. Well, it's a replica, as we're finding out. France, England, and South Africa are unable to prize the William Webb Ellis Trophy away from South Africa at the recent World Cup. Nor could the burglars pull it off. Monday's burglary took place at the Hilltop office complex in Cape Town suburbs, where the union is among the team's tenants, and the break-in included its offices. Wow. Wow. Wales Online. Burglars raid South African rugby headquarters but leave behind World Cup trophy. Instead, the men made off with a number of luxury items, including bottles of whiskey and 5 signed Springbok jerseys. What exactly are they expecting to do this? Are they stealing this for some wealthy, connected person who wants to put this in their collection? I mean, you can't exactly put this on display. I mean, hey, look at these signed Springbok jerseys. Where'd you get those? I acquired them. Wow, imagine if they stole the William Webb Ellis Trophy. South Africa would be an even bigger joke. Man, unbelievable. As I said, local media have reported that 60 laptops were stolen from another company, which is the same business park. Police have also reportedly said the 2 well-dressed men entered the business park in a white Toyota Corolla at 10 o'clock before forcing open a ground floor window to break in the building. Wow. South African Rugby Union spokesperson confirmed to the BBC that all the trophies were safe. Police have recorded 2 cases of burglary, which we talked about. This is insane. So that's on Wales Online. The IOL talks once again about the World Cup trophy tucked away safely despite the break-in at the offices. It's unbelievable. The CC footage shows these guys just wandering around. Planet Rugby, the same story. This one by Jarrett Wright. He says South African rugby offices in Plattekloof were area of Western Cape were broken into late on Monday with Springboks memorabilia kept and the jerseys and laptops stolen. Yep. Wow. Boy, they're really going on with this well-dressed men thing. They're just thugs. They don't look well-dressed to me. I'm looking at pictures of them. One looks like he's got a pair of jeans on. The other's got a shirt and a sweater. Thieves, man. And looking at the footage, Youssef Aberji has a 30-second clip, plus he's got 4 clips of this thing. Let me take a look at this and see what's going on here. So I'm looking at one clip here. This one says 8:24 local time. They're just walking into the building. This guy doesn't look like he's even got gloves on. Looking around at the offices. No one's in there. The camera is actually identifying. He puts his hands on the door. Do you not have fingerprints? He walks back the other way. This looks like somebody actually works there. This is crazy. So it's a minute 36 clip I'm looking at right now at 8:25 in the evening on November 13th, 2023, which is Monday. Lights are on in the building. Where are the security? Where are security folks at? So let me jump ahead here a little bit. Now they come back, and he's with his friend. They're not even wearing hoodies. They're breaking in the offices. He doesn't have any gloves on. The other guy, they're clearly, I mean, these guys, this is a brazen, unbelievable. This is the lawless state of South Africa. They come in, he's wiping off the fingerprints with his arm. He thinks that's good enough. But his face, I guess they didn't realize there were cameras in there. And then they shut the door. So that's one of the clips. It's unbelievable. Well, no, it's not over yet. Sorry. He's just brazen. They wander around. A couple thugs. I wouldn't call them well-dressed. I'd call them averagely dressed. They're not exactly well-dressed in my book. But this is insanity, to say the least. Yeah, to say the least. So here's another one, 1 minute, 11 seconds, different camera angle as they're walking around here. Let's see what's going on here. This is at 8:04. So, and there was an error, configuration error in the video. Somebody's messed with it. Let's see if we can't jump ahead. Now we go. Here we go. He's trying to break it open before he went and got a tool, trying to pull it apart like this. That's initially what happened, and he failed. The light was out in the hallway at this stage, so when he came back a little bit later on, I'm not really sure, his friend comes up, and here you don't see a light, so he's still trying to pull it apart. They're both trying to pull it apart, and they don't succeed. Just trying to break it apart. So that's why they went and got this tool. So there's got to be fingerprints because he just wiped the one spot there. Now, what's this guy doing there? He's pulling his shirt up to wipe the fingerprints off. You moron! You're on camera. 8:25, and so nothing comes of that. So let me jump ahead here. That's why. So yeah, wow. I think there's a picture of them actually inside here. Let me see. Yeah, this is when they're inside. I'm watching this now. There's a trophy there. That's not the Webb Ellis trophy, but there's a Springbok trophy there of some sort. It's a couple trophies. Yeah, and they're talking about how he lifts the trophy, but it's not the Webb Ellis trophy. That is not the Webb Ellis trophy. This is at 8:50 now. They're walking around all over through the offices. No security, no one responding. Here they are going through desk areas. Now he's got a cap on. What the hell is going on here? Now he's got a cap. He didn't have a cap on before. So he's got like a beanie cap on. Let me get up a little further here. And they're going through the offices. Yeah, they've gone through the closets, and they're just walking around unmolested. 3 minutes and 30-second clip. They're breaking into something down the other end. And then the camera failed. I don't know if he disabled at some point, but the video is saved here. And then there's one more here I can watch. Let's see what this one is. Okay, this is at 6:36 when people are working there. You can see employees walking around at 6:36. Still daylight outside, you can see. So yeah, and it's showing the doors open. Those doors are glass doors that open like this. They're electronic. So yeah, that's what this is from earlier in the evening before. Oh wait. Oh, they showed up at 6:30. They came to rob the place earlier, so they were there when employees were still there. Oh, I didn't see this. Let me go back here. Wait a second. Come on. Okay, that's not the criminal there. Okay. No, that's not the criminal. That's somebody who works there. My bad. It looked like the guy because it's centered on him. Okay. No, they weren't there at 6:30. They came at 8 o'clock. Wow. Yeah, people still leaving there at 6:30. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy, folks. And this is what passes for South Africa. The security is ridiculous. Where are the security guards? Where is the alarm system? There was power the whole time, so that can't be the excuse. This is absolutely bat-crap crazy what's going on here in South Africa. Not even the William Webb Ellis Trophy can be secured by South African officials and security forces, security guards. This is beyond embarrassing for South Africa. This is, but they're lucky that the replica or the actual trophy, whichever it is, wasn't stolen. Can you imagine trying to explain that one? These guys are going to be found. I don't know how they don't get found. This is crazy. South African Rugby Magazine also reporting, but I can't show you that image because it has a replica of the World Cup image. So Brett just gave another super chat, $1.98. It says, what was the crime in South Africa like under apartheid? There was crime, but it just depended on who you were. Most white South Africans were insulated from crime. They weren't exposed to it for the most part, and a lot of them didn't see violent crime most of their lives. but a lot of black South Africans always dealt with crime. And law enforcement wasn't as effective in areas where black South Africans lived, by and large. But yeah, no, it's this is crazy, folks. Once again, Youssef Abrangi, who reports on all this criminal activity, did a great job reporting on this. This is insane. I mean, this is global news. It's in Australia, it's in Wales, it's in the UK. I haven't seen it reported here in the US, but I'm sure it will be reported in the US as well. South African rugby union offices in Cape Town broken into, 5 signed Springbok jerseys stolen, 8 laptops from there, ransacked offices, trophies picked up and manhandled, doors broken into, and then the neighboring offices, 60 laptops stolen. Wow. Wow. This is why I'm not a big fan of laptops in business. You should have PCs. They want to steal PCs. It's going to take a lot longer to dismantle the PCs and take those than it is just grab a laptop and disconnect a couple cords. Where is the SAPS? Where are the South African authorities at? And will they respond to this? Now, they've had since Monday night, a case is already open, and the South African government has been silent on this so far. I haven't heard anything from them. This is disgraceful. South African rugby union team, the Springboks, win a back-to-back consecutive Rugby World Cups. They are the first team ever to win 4 World Cups. In the old South Africa, most crime was in non-white areas. Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's essentially what I said, Henry, was in non-white areas, and it was much higher. So South Africans have always had to deal with crime, including violent crime, but most white South Africans avoided it by and large during the apartheid era, but not exclusively, but mostly. So there you have it, folks. Unbelievable, backcrap, crazy stuff happening in South Africa where not even the William Webb Ellis Trophy is safe. Wow. Again, this harkens back to, was it last year when Werner Kok, the Blitzbach legend, now with the Sharks, his storage locker in Cape Town was broken into and his things were stolen. So you begin to wonder if Springbok's memorabilia is being targeted and if somebody's amassing a collection here. I mean, what the hell? Who do these guys think they are? Are they that stupid? And these signed Springbok jerseys, we don't know which ones they are. Are they something like from Oosterland? Is there a Nas Bootijn jersey in there? I mean, are we going back decades, or are these things from recent players that were still alive and it could at least be signed again to replace it? But are these irreplaceable, priceless memorabilia that have been stolen because of the incompetence of SARU and of South African authorities to protect these things? This is crazy, folks. I mean, really? Really? My goodness. Can you picture somebody stealing the Vince Lombardi trophy from the NFL champions? Can you picture somebody stealing the Major League Baseball trophy, which, by the way, won't be easy. That thing is huge with all the pennants hanging off of their sharp and spindly. What about the Lord Stanley's trophy from the NHL, the Stanley Cup? Can you imagine that? Or the Calder Cup from the American Hockey League? This is epic. This is unbelievable. This is shocking. It is. Even in a country that is lawless like South Africa, this is shocking. I mean, you know, we come to expect officials to lie and steal and cheat. We come to expect horrific crimes to be happening in South Africa. You know, it's funny because Byron Leftwich, that's a football player. Byron Shepherd from Morning Shot was on Brews with me a couple of days ago. And he was talking about how South Africans overblow crime and most people aren't victims of crime. And he had a point, but since that happened, look at what's going on here. The South African Rugby Union broken into, burgled in the Western Cape. Is anybody safe in South Africa? Pala, the president's residence, his game lodge, was broken into and robbed of $580,000 in the Pala scandal. The former president of the Republic and vice president, F.W. de Klerk's ex-wife, was raped and murdered while under state security protection. The state security services lied about their annual report saying that the 43 or 44 residences that are guarded by them, there were no incidents that occurred at all in that calendar year when Pala was actually broken into, and Cyril Ramaphosa or someone that worked for him perverted the means of justice by using law enforcement to circumvent the legal process to hunt down the supposed burglars and chase them back from Namibia. Wow. What do you say, folks? What do you say? But this is just par for the course in South Africa. Shocking to say the very least, don't you think? I think it's shocking. I think it's unconscionable. It's unbelievable that this sort of thing is actually happening in South Africa. Can you not even protect the William Webb Ellis Trophy? This is insane. By the way, we're still seeing this nonsense about the All Blacks and the complaint that World Rugby admitted to the All Blacks that Aaron Smith's try was actually a try. So what? The one that came afterwards was not a try. It was a knock-on. So 6-1, half dozen the other. The All Blacks still don't win the game. But they seem to think they did. Anyway, so yeah, crazy stuff. We're still debating the Rugby World Cup. And by the way, one more thing, which I'll do a video on. I'll probably do a prepare video on that. And that is Wayne Barnes comes out with the opposite opinion of Nigel Owens and a few others. Now, Nigel Owens said that the bunker should be done away with. And Wayne Barnes says, no, the bunker's a good idea. It can be effective. It can improve the game and speed things up. And quite frankly, take some of the pressure off the on-field officials. Wayne Barnes believes that's the case. I agree with him 100%. I just don't think that the bunker was executed particularly well on such short notice for the World Cup. Nigel Owens says, get rid of it. I disagree with Nigel Owens. And I said so earlier. And now I find myself agreeing with Wayne Barnes. There you go, folks. That's a situation in South Africa where the South Africans can't even protect the William Webb Ellis Trophy. They can win it, but they can't hold on to it. That's what's going to be said. Hey, the Springboks can win the trophy, but they can't hold on to it. Wow. Now, the replica apparently is perfectly safe, according to SARU, but SARU tells us all kind of fairy tales, so I'd like to see if it's really safe. Brett just gave another super chat. Thank you for that. Brett says, South Africans, please stop supporting the All Blacks. You are really focused on South Africans supporting the All Blacks. There's not just South Africans. There's people in Botswana that support the All Blacks. There's people all over the world that support the All Blacks. Whatever. It's their prerogative, brother. They want to do it, they can do it. But what I have to say is that this is beyond embarrassing. And it's shocking. And I would like to know if this theft has any ties whatsoever to the theft of Werner Koch's memorabilia. What a slimy piece of human sludge to steal that memorabilia from Werner Koch's storage locker. And to my knowledge, that crime has never been solved, nor has any of his material been recovered. It's time for the South African government and its police service to start taking the security of South Africans quite seriously. You know, remember, this is the same government that left the Parliament building, historic Parliament building, which cost hundreds of millions of dollars, unguarded over New Year's, while its guard force slept and CCTV was not monitored, while somebody wandered about the building, setting fires, robbing offices, and spent 8 hours or thereabouts in the Parliament building undetected. Undetected. The Parliament building burning down. And this is the same government whose security services, their crime intelligence, their military intelligence, their police intelligence, their national security failed to anticipate an event that I predicted with 100% certainty. And that was the insurrection in KwaZulu-Natal in July of 2021. Oh, we didn't know it was going to happen. How could you possibly not know what's going to happen? I have no informants. I have no satellites. I have no imagery. I have nothing but common sense and information available to make an analysis and a prediction of what's likely to happen. And I hit it 100% on the head. But the South African security services, the intelligence, the crime intelligence, the police claim they didn't know. And how does Cyril Ramaphosa fix that? By putting them under his control. This is a guy who can't protect his ill-gotten $580,000 gain in U.S. dollars, a currency violation, a customs violation, a banking violation. He can't even protect $580,000 of his own money, which is stuffed into mattresses and sofas at the Pala Pala game range. Wow. South Africa, you guys are in the cock. You really are. I feel for you. My empathy is there for everyone in South Africa. Black, white, brown, Christian, Muslim, Jew. Yep. Xhosa, Zulu, Afrikaner, Portuguese. Venda, Tswana, Basotho, Khoi, San. Take your pick. You're all in the cock, man. Why? Because your government doesn't give a flying flip about you or your safety. They're more worried about digital vibes and the Vreda dairy farm and asbestos tender and all the money that grubby politicians can stick in their pocket. Pala pala. That's it for tonight, folks. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Be sure to leave a comment behind. If you don't mind, a like would be much appreciated. At this hour, it is very early in South Africa, not even 5 a.m. Hopefully people will find this broadcast afterwards and listen and leave a comment behind. Thank you for tuning in. It's always a pleasure. This is my sixth broadcast of the day. I'm out of here. Take care of yourselves. Wow. The Webb Ellis Trophy isn't safe. Should I hide my trophy? I got a trophy here somewhere. Watch out, South Africa. These people are everywhere, stealing from everybody. Cheers. Good night, folks.